1 year ago tonight, rising radiation forced the evacuation of most emergency workers from the Fukushima nuclear power plant. The tsunami that struck Japan 5 days earlier set off an emergency unlike any before, the meltdown of 3 reactors at the same time. One of the experts sent into the emergency was Charles Casto. He's a former nuclear plant operator working for the U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission. He was America's top expert at the scene and an eyewitness to history.
It was like having this great San Francisco earthquake, Hurricane Katrina, and more than three islands all at the same time.
Fukushima had 6 reactors, each powered by uranium submerged in water to keep the uranium cool. It was built to take a tsunami with a seawall 19 feet high, but the wave that struck that day was 46 feet. Cooling systems failed, nuclear cores melted, buildings began to explode. What was the state of information that they were working with?
Essentially, they were blind. There was very little instrumentation that survived the tsunami and the accident. So you have to use secondary information.
What was it that you wanted to know?
Well, we wanted to know everything.
Charles Casto's team in Japan reported back to Washington in this conference call 1 year ago today.
At this point, I would see a worst scenario probably being 3 reactors eventually having, for lack of a better term, a meltdown. So the reactors would likely eventually breach primary containment and have some type of release.
That worst case was happening. A team led by plant manager Masao Yoshida was holed up in a radiation-proof command center. And as the crisis grew, Yoshida wanted to flood the reactors with seawater. The plant owner rejected that idea. What, in your estimation, looking back, knowing what you know now, was the key moment that prevented this from becoming a much greater tragedy than it was?
When Yoshida-san put ocean water to the reactors, that was a key moment.
Did everyone agree that flooding them with seawater was the right thing to do?
Not everyone agreed.
But the plant manager decided to do that on his own.
That's right.
It's not very Japanese.
It's very reactor operator.
The plant owner ordered Yoshida to stop. He said that he would, but he lied. He continued to flood the reactors. Had he not, we now know that the cores may have burned all the way into the earth, releasing untold amounts of radiation.
You really won't know until you get in there and can get a video camera or some device in there to know what really happened.
How long would that be?
It could take years to understand exactly what happened.
Today, Fukushima is in a safe condition called cold shutdown. In fact, Japan has shut down more than 50 of its reactors while it decides what to do about the future of nuclear power in that country. Charles Casto spent almost a year working in Fukushima. The lessons he and the Nuclear Regulatory Commission learned are being applied to U.S. plants today.